Right, this is a tour of all of the accessories that did not come with the camper that we purchased separately. First off, I'll talk about the Blue Ox trailer hitch. This is a weight distribution hitch, probably one of the best you can buy. And it comes with the hitch there, these two stabilizer bars, and that wrench which you use to connect the chains to the apparatuses that are attached to the tongue of the camper. We also have a couple of cranks here. These are manual cranks for the power stabilizers and the tongue, just in case something happens where you do not have access to power. These are emergency purposes only. So I have two supports here. These are kind of like jacks. These are what I use to, I put one on under each side of the slide to kind of support them, to alleviate some of the pressure on this slide bar that is sitting out there. It's pretty, I mean, it's probably rated fine, but. So we have some X chocks. These are really good. They go in between the two tires to use the tire's own friction to reduce the amount of sway and movement while the camper is parked. Obviously you don't want to have those on the tires when you're moving. We have some leveling chocks right here. The two red ones are what we use mostly. This yellow one was an extra, came with something else, I believe. What we have here is a trash can. It expands outdoor, so it's really convenient when you have it actually gets bigger than that. As you can see, it's rising up. So that's an outdoor trash bin. A couple of outdoor rugs. The big one there with the bungee cord on it is the main one that we would put out in front of the stairs when we would camp. I think the other one we would put out for the dogs. We have two camp chairs here. Those will come with, and a camp table, which just folds out and can have a side table in between the two camp chairs. So that's a lot of the accessories, and all of that stuff that I just showed you, we would store in the passers. So that ought to show you just how much room there is. Some of the other miscellaneous stuff that we'll throw in, this nice little tool bag, which it would hold this axe for chopping up some wood for a campfire, or there's also this saw that hasn't even been opened yet. Right now in here are just some stakes of various sizes and some nylon straps. And this little tool works great with the X chocks because that's the exact size for the end there. And then there's a tool shop bag with various tools in, screwdrivers, wrenches, miscellaneous stuff. So that is all included as well. We are also including this 36-gallon external tank. This was really convenient. We would use it to replenish the fresh water in our freshwater tank on the camper. When we did camp at sites that did not have a hookup. It's also very convenient to dump your black water into it if you are not at a campsite that has full hookups. So it's multi-purpose. It's 36 gallons, has several other accessories and attachments, and we have the brackets that you mount to the bumper of the camper for traveling. Also including this stuff, various chemicals for the gray tank, the freshwater tank, and valve lubricant, level gauge cleaner, some rubber gloves for when you're emptying the black tank, And what we have here is a surge guard. Never plug a camper into power without one of these, because you just don't know how it's wired or how it's been. You could blow out your camper. So it's really good. This first thing into the power, and then the campers plug into this. Here is a hose extension, which was really good and useful for when we would hook the the freshwater hose, which is that blue hose right there, up to the camper. This would connect to the camper, and then that would connect to this. We have this little thing here, which we used to fill the freshwater tank. Put that on the end of this hose here. This was pretty much our multi-purpose hose. Anytime we did something that was not drinking water adjacent. So that's the drinking water hose there. And I will get to that a little bit more here. What we have here is a adapter. So there was a campsite that we went to that only had a 50 amp plug. And so this was an adapter. So this goes 50 amp to 30 amp. And of course, as I stated in the other video, this camper is 30 amp, and that's the hose that's the cable that powers everything. Once again, this is the miscellaneous hose. Has a on-off, which was really kind of convenient. It's one of those stretchy hoses, so it expands as water's flowing through it. And the freshwater hose here, including regulator. This was really helpful because you just never know what pressure the water is coming out of the spigot. So you want to make sure that you have that regulator on there so the pressure isn't too great and it blows out your plumbing, because that would be bad. And then finally we have an elbow that would go into the dump site. That goes into the hole, and then you connect the sewer hose to that. And it's got a nice little rubber gasket on it to create a seal so you're not stinking the place up while you're dumping your tanks. And that is it for the accessories.